Hello, YouTube. Yeah, I just stepped out of an elevator. What the heck am I doing up here? I'm just wasting time. Just wasting time for heading on the westbound train, which might be a bad move because I'm not entirely sure what time that train shows up. Shit. The other Obama phone was in my pocket with its damn phone with its damn flashlight on. So it's 5:49 p.m. Friday, December 31st, 2021, New Year's Eve. Wow, I'm really pushing the envelope on getting to Bullock's late. Yeah, really pushing that envelope because it's New Year's Eve, so probably things are going to be starting a little bit early. I'm thinking, as far as being busier than normal early. Yeah, I got a feeling when I get there, I'm just going to have to start breaking shit down. I'm not going to have any time for working on music, which sucks because I know I know I ended my. I hardly ever come off this way. I love how there's polls telling you downtown Phoenix on that platform, Tempe Mesa on that platform. That's actually a pretty nice touch. Anyway. Yeah, I remember I was working on an MGMT song and I needed to reconvert the video because it was still a little louder than I wanted it to be, and still need to listen to that and then preview the karaoke track and then file all that shit away. But I already added it to the database, so I don't know, well, anyway. I know I've done that sort of thing on more than one occasion, so I'm sure there's a handful of songs that people can find in my songbook DB that are not going to be where they belong in my library. In fact, I know one specifically that is like that because one of my regular singers sings it frequently. And I still haven't got that one regularly put in my library. But I just know when somebody asks for it, it's like, oh, I got it. And I just kind of go to where it is in the inbox and play it. So, got a feeling that ill timing of this week has caused another one. I don't know. Maybe I'll have time to take care of that when I get to Bullock's. If I get that wrapped up, that's something. I just, the shitty thing about running transit is I just really don't know when I'm going to make it there. I mean, I've given up on using the trip planner that gives me estimated times and routes because it never works. I mean, yeah, that route generally will work, but more often than not, transfer times don't work. Trains and buses are running early or they're running late, and you don't make it from the specific bus that the trip planner tells you you're going to be on to the specific bus that the trip planner shows you transferring to get to the next one, and then you end up waiting 30 minutes for the next one, but it ends up not being 30 minutes, it ends up being 40 or 45 minutes because the next one is running late. And then, rinse and repeat if you got two transfers. And for me to get from home to Bullock's, unless I'm doing a mile of walking, which I did, my last two trips to Bullock's, at least my last two trips to Bullock's on Thursday, to be more specific. Yeah, I'm ended up doing a mile of walking. Shit, going home yesterday's, my inattentivity led me to do a mile of walking. I don't know, looking at something on my phone and didn't realize when the 44 went north of Oak, and I ended up getting off at Thomas. So instead of a half-mile walk home, I had a full mile walk home. It wasn't bad, but still, didn't help me to get to sleep any quicker, and of course, the result of it taking me so long to get home and get in bed and get to sleep is that I didn't wake up in time to take care of anything I needed to take care of today. So, I mean, say nothing of not being able to take care of my storage. Now I'm really pushing the envelope and there goes somebody walking across the rails and walking across the street. Yeah, if you haven't seen my short that I put up recently, and I also put that one on TikTok and on Snapchat. Of course, by the time you see this, it's probably going to be gone from Snapchat. But yeah, so many people doing that cross the track, cross the street maneuver, that they've actually added cables between the rail and the street on the mall side at the Cresttown stop. So. I'm not gonna lie though, it was kind of fun going over them, although I didn't get over them as easily as I thought I would. It actually scratched my ankle a little bit, but that's what I get for doing stupid stunts like that. Oh, anyway, yeah, I don't know when this train is going to show up, and most of the time the app will not show me when this train is supposed to show up. I did write Valuemetric customer service about that, about how when you click on a light rail station that it only shows you trains going in one way or the other. And I never did respond to the response I got, but the response I got made it pretty clear that the person responding thought I was talking about the Valuemetro website, not the Valuemetro app. They're very, very different things. And like she was telling me to type stuff. You don't type stuff in the app. The app is pretty much all point and click, point and tap. The other thing that was kind of annoying with this response I got from her was that she said to put in the stop number, which is funny because there's no way to know a stop number unless you're actually at the stop and the sign saying the stop number is there, and it hasn't been vandalized or removed, or in instance of light rails, they put it on the digital banner here like that. Not sure if y'all can see that. Let me try to get close enough that it's visible. 10018 would be the stop number. Although I'm reasonably sure, yeah, it's 10018 on the other side. So see, even that wouldn't work, because the app only shows trains going in one direction or the other. Oh no, it's definitely a glitch in the app. And I think the deal is with the app, although now I'm a little confused because it shows us in the same stop number. I was thinking maybe they had, the way they position the objects in the map is that they had the eastbound stop and the westbound stop, and they just laid the icons on top of each other so you can't see where they are, because occasionally if you click it again you'll get trains going in the other direction. But I don't know. I really don't know. I do think that would help make the app a little more usable if the eastbound and the westbound stop were labeled as two different stops, and and it showed, when you zoomed in, it showed the little icons, and there goes somebody else running across the rails. Everybody runs across the rails. Well, not everybody, but a lot of people do. Yeah, I saw it. Speaking of which, I saw a video, one of the news channels, with trying to do like kind of a snarky, shame people that do what we feel are bad things type video, with a news person trying to really kind of show off his personality on it. I wish I could remember what it's called. I get a feeling there's a series of these, but I haven't seen any of the other ones. And I can't even remember which local news channel it was, but anyway, this particular one was about actually it was about people walking across the rails in the street, jaywalking like that, and then also riding without a pass. It was covering both of the bad rail behaviors, and riding without a pass. That's like I say, I've never done it, but that's there's not really good excuses for that, other than holy shit, where'd my pass go? or I have no money and I really am trying to get where I'm going. But yeah, I mean, it's stealing a ride, no matter how you slice it. But the running across the rail thing, more often than not, that's somebody doing the only thing they can to try to transfer from their train to their bus, or from their bus to their train. These transfers are timed so poorly that it is genuinely, I got a feeling why I'm waiting so long for this train is because I think we're running a Sunday schedule today. Yeah, definitely, because it's a Sunday schedule today, which sucks because it's Friday. I, for one, wish they ran the same schedule 7 days a week. I mean, it's not like the availability of roads to people who drive changes depending on the day of the week. Anyway, yeah, the transfer times are so bad here that a lot of times, if you're at the intersection, the oversized stroads trying to get across and wait for traffic lights at crosswalks, you will not make your transfer. And if you don't make your transfer, it can be 30 to 40 minutes or more, even as much as an hour till that next ride shows up. So, or in the evening, it could actually be a situation of that's the last one, and there won't be one for several hours. So, yeah, I run across the tracks and jaywalk near intersections quite often myself, because I'm not trying to miss that ride. Speaking of stupid Phoenix transit stuff, so the app for the last month, when you open it, has had a splash screen that says free rides on December 31st. They're promoting this whole thing, and obviously the whole angle of it is, hey, don't drink and drive, take transit. Yeah. Not that I'm encouraging people to drink and drive, but nobody going out partying on New Year's Eve is looking at transit as their option, unless they absolutely have no other options. Nobody's choosing transit in this city. I can't, over driving or taking an Uber if they, or a taxi or some other form of rideshare if they have the money. And another person crossing the tracks. Anyway, I noticed on the pop-up yesterday, and this kind of made me laugh, that it said free rides from 7 p.m. to 2 a.m., kind of suggesting that, oh yeah, party time at the bar, New Year's Eve parties, it's running, it's free rides during that time. But I looked at the schedules, and not only are the buses running at a Sunday schedule, which is really, really bad and inadequate. I mean, our weekday schedule here is pretty inadequate, but Sunday schedule is worse. But it's funny they're advertising till 2 a.m., but I'm checking in the app, and they haven't added any late runs tonight. Nothing is running. None of the routes are running until 2 a.m. In fact, almost all of them, because it's on a Sunday schedule, are wrapping up by about 10 p.m. 10 p.m., maybe 11 p.m., as opposed to the weekday schedule where they run till midnight or almost midnight. So, yeah, big fail on that, Valuemetric. Big fail. All right, I've managed to run 14 minutes of video, which means I've been waiting at least 18 minutes for the train. I was commenting on a YouTube video about Valley Metro Transit, and some guy was like, oh, it's the best way to get around Phoenix. And I'm like, no. And I listed like maybe the 5 worst things about the light rail here in Phoenix. And one of the things that I mentioned was that they run infrequently. And he said that I was wrong. and I guess different people have different, frequently, I guess, is a relative term. I mean, If you're used to a train that runs daily, New Year's Day will operate on a Saturday schedule. Well, that makes sense because New Year's Day is a Saturday. Thanks for that announcement. Yeah, if what you're used to is a daily train, then it could be argued that an hourly train is frequent. Okay, fair. I don't know what the hell's going on. This is the second. That is the second eastbound train since I've been on this platform, and still no westbound trains. That was the other thing that I said negative, is that they're rarely on time, and he said I was wrong about that as well. But no matter what the schedule's going on, if there's two that have shown up eastbound, and there hasn't been one going. Okay, it says 2 minutes, and there hasn't been one westbound, then yeah, definitely the westbound train is not running on time. Or it could be that the eastbound train is running early, which is also not running on time. At any rate, I'm 16 minutes into this video, and I at least I've been on this platform at least 3-4 minutes before I started it, and waiting that long that's not frequent in my book. Sorry. Once it's more than, I don't know, to me frequent is every 10 minutes. Every 15 minutes is kind of pushing it. Anytime you're waiting longer than that, and I've definitely waited longer than that, it's not frequent in my book. Anyway, on that note, supposedly the train is close. I think I can hear it. Yeah, I can hear its dingers coming, so I'm going to wrap this up. God knows when I'm going to get to the bar, but I'm sure they're stressing out that my shit's still in the way. Anyway, doing what I can. I mean, this is the card I've been dealt this year, and I'm really worried next year's probably going to be worse.